Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist. Painting Series Tutu. Donut number 3. This is a double live with pill number 609. Alright. Let's give them a view. Oh, April, you're the sweetest. Dang it. What can I watch? I want to watch. Pretty sure. Dang it. Alright, dang it. Personal timeline. Art and artist. I'm going to go to a different art button. Let's see. Art equals life. Come over there. And alright, go gadget, triple echo chamber. Don't work too hard, Drayton. Alright, we're double live. Here we go. We're gonna paint tonight. We're gonna paint donut number 3. I'm really happy with the way banana number 3 turned out. Dang it. This is banana number 3. Banana number 3. So tonight is donut number 3. We're gonna be painting donut number 3. Donut number tree. Banana tree. This is banana tree. Alright, I meant to say. Thank you. Alright. Donut tree, yay! I'm excited too. I'm gonna have giveaways soon. Nice to see you, Mallory Bay. Here's eggplant number 22. This is eggplant 22. This is eggplant 22. Hi there, hi Gia. Squalls likes the eggplant. Celeste likes this one too. I'm gonna hold a drawing soon. When I get to 10,000 likes, we'll start the giveaways. 10,000 likes on the page. Oh, congratulations, Mallory. What kind of job do you have? And you're liking it. Hard work, Mallory. We are robot. Oh, that's okay, Stephanie. It's too bad she's sick. Good they trust you to do her work, though. Communion. Alright, let's start the painting. All right. Now we'll cut the donut shape. Ah. on this over here. I froze for a second there, it looks like, but we were back. I think that's about it. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, Steve. Thank you, yay, welcome back. It's kind of messy, but that's donut number 3. I'll show you guys the progression. Okay, let's see. All right, these are this is all of them here. Okay, so this is banana number 1. Banana 1. And then this is donut 1. Donut 1. And this is eggplant 1. Eggplant 1. This is banana 2. Banana tutu. Good morning, tutu, Stefan. Banana tutu. Donut tutu. Donut tutu. Eggplant tutu. Eggplant tutu. Eggplant tutu. And finally, banana tree. Banana tree. So I think they're getting better over time here. Yeah. I'm striving for art. No, I don't know. Certainly not realism. Certainly not realism. I'm looking to have fun. Social science projects. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking for. All right, another painting down. I think I'll have to start. We're gonna. Tomorrow night we're gonna sign them in blood. We draw some blood. I think sooner at least. Tomorrow night or the next night, and then we'll just sign them all at once in blood. It's cool. I have this whole rim to write around, so I'll do hashtag U=U, the pill number it was painted on, my signature, things like that. I love it. Sillyism. I love it. Yeah, I really like the way Banana Tree turned out. It's with a lost come to be found. Hey, Claire. No, they're priceless. They're priceless. But you could possibly win one. I'm going to start the giveaways once I get to 10,000 likes. So encourage everybody to like the page, and then when we get to 10,000, I'll do a drawing. I like this one too. Eggplant tutu is pretty good though too. I've done some pottery before in art class, but we're not doing any pottery soon. Anytime soon, I don't think. I'm glad you want one. That's cool. That's cool. All right, now time for a little communion. Renee, welcome to Down Below. My cupboards are wide open. Dang it, the heck. All right. Thanks, Tom. This is the other angle here. Let's see, I'm gonna just hit this one more time. Andrew, hello. So you got the double live going. miss you too. Keeping busy? Oh, thank you, Cynthia. Oh, I'm always happy to see you, sir. Just finished up painting donut number 3. Donut tree. Hey, Megan. What? Put blood in your donuts? What are you talking about, Donna? Clean that whistle. I do believe socialism is a good form of government. Democratic socialism, for sure. Dang it. What, Jelly? What's she on about? Dang it. It's weird to see myself walking around there, isn't it? And I'm there too. Let's see. I have no idea what's happening here. I wish I knew where my words of the day are. Special sauce. I'm hungry. Hi. He's about to start. Eric Sharp wants to know what the heck's going on. Should we give him an explanation? Dang it. Eric Sharp, we love you!
Eric Sharp, we love you!
Good night, Megan.
Eric Sharp.
Eric Sharp. Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist. By Mouth Daily. Film number 609. Actually, you're watching Painting Series Tutu. Donut Tree. Dang it. But it's a double live with Pill 609. Painting Series Tutu, the Painting Series is kind of like my secondary show. And it's a double live with my main show, which is filmed up here. Jason is a Social Scientist, by Mouth Daily, pill number 609. All right. Eric Sharp. People often wonder what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. After 609 pills, 609 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The bells, bows, and other people, the people that come back night after night and give me the most valuable resource, their time. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show. The community. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. But a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell. Oh boy, do she now. Hell, heck, this show has it all. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment, with Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcast on record and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with a nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also The Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harness the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them through a series of warp nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse, and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber, created by me, that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. I like to force people's perspective and then break it. Indeed, Aaron Hall. Across the multiverse and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber, created by me, that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Is there an echo in here? Yeah, so the show is also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a dash of Mr. Ed, and a 2 doses of Alice in Wonderland, a helping of Hee Haw, heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf, ow, 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 an ounce of Oz, a cup of Creep Show and Castaway, a quart of Quantum Leap and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. It's a 4-hour show and a 4-hour tour. Piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, a pinch of Peter Pan and a pound of Popeye. I am what I am. A whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and a ration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Ha ha. The source is made of noodles, of course. Of noodles. Oodles and oodles of noodles. Transylvania. Come up to the lab. See what's on the slab. I can see you shiver with anticipation. Touch me. I want to be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fill me. Creature of the night. An undone Benjamin Button, a corny ear of Dumbo, a college try of I Spy, a couple of raw strokes of Bob Ross, a spoonful of Mary Poppins, and the full Monty Python. Finally lump in Rick and Morty with a liter of I Love Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You've got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. Alice will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for Harai 5's the first and the second coming. Will always be risen with the Obamas getting blowjobs from the Woodies. The Supermen and their boners will always be spinsters and sempstresses working the sweatshop. The twin towers will always stand with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign like men did in the days of old. I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now and time immemorial. If I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. Hey, Jason. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, pre-exposure protocol. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV for me. It's a brave new world. The future is now. And it's 1969. Free love. Woo! I love it. I'm in the calendar. Jason is pointing out we're in the calendar. July, August, September, October, November. It really does. Treatment does too, though. Treatment protects just as many people. Well, I thought April was named Alice for a long time. And I went hundreds and hundreds of pills. No one ever corrected me. And now it just feels weird to change it. April knows it. April knows April. Dang it. All right. Whee! Trying to find a fly and kill it. Dang it. What do you say we roll a joint? Hi, man, Danny. We should go on a field trip. You guys want to go somewhere? Alright, I'll roll one. Maybe I do need more paint. I need some white paint. I'm gonna like spray the next series. I'm just thinking of McDonald's too. They have I could get $1 quarter pounder. McDonald's and Walmart, like two of the like most terrible places we could go. How you doing tonight, Aaron? Good to see you. Alright, let's go to the store. How much time do we have left up top? How much time is left up on that, up here, guys? How much time? Pretty please. That's on this live. The other live up there. Okay. We can do it. I'm just gonna pack this and then we'll save it for 420 tonight.
Eric Sharp, we love you.
Yikes.
Eric Sharp, we love you. Eric Sharp, we love you.
Aren't you home alone? You should be careful, Laura. Alright, it's about time to go, I think. Okay, if I get beat up though, it's your fault, Laura. Hey Laura, I'm going to Walmart too. Do you want anything there?
Expert medicine works here. Learn more.
Just a couple cans of spray paint.
Cancer treatment centers are available. Appointments
Okay.
available now.
I don't know. You've been making their lunch. I don't know. Okay. Anything else? I might get some chips or something. That I might get Doritos.
Standard jeans use just 2 measurements, and Taylor custom jeans use 7 different measurements.
Any
to
fruit?
make the perfect fit. Design your own custom jeans for just $79. Choose from hundreds of styles. Delivered
Okay.
right to your door. Download the Taylor app. Taylor measures
We're gonna get feedback soon. Dang it to heck. Damn it. It's a pretty good temporary fix. Alright, let's go. Oh, you can't take NSAIDs after?
have met their commitments for 2024, so that leaves a number of other countries with years to meet their spending goals. But look, there are real concerns here that President Trump is going to take some type of retaliatory action, that he would, for example, pull troops out of key bases like Germany, for example. And of course, all eyes are on the president's high-stakes meeting with President Putin. That is going to take place in Helsinki next week. Concerns that President Trump isn't being tough enough with Putin and that is weakening the NATO alliance. They want him to press Putin on election meddling, on invading Crimea. Administration officials insist he will take
They probably
Putin
have
to
a-
task, but with
they probably
President
have a
Trump
synergistic
himself
effect,
taking
April.
a far softer public tone, there are really no assurances. In fact, Francis, before leaving yesterday,
work
President
together.
Trump said his meeting with Putin might be easier than his meeting with NATO allies. So a really stunning statement. Democrats, Republicans watching very closely from Washington, and in fact warning President Trump that it would be absolutely disastrous if his meetings here at NATO were negative, but he had a positive meeting with President Putin. Francis.
And certainly the case when it comes to the leaders there. The Washington Post reporting this morning or last night, Kristen, that they're really afraid of what he will say, what he will do, especially when it comes to the outcome, knowing that this could lead Putin to exploit what happens there in the relationship, even using the word calamity when it comes to the possible outcome or what they might be expecting out of Brussels.
And Francis, think about what happened at the last NATO summit. When you talk about what the president may or may not say, there was deep concern that the president wasn't going to reaffirm the U.S. commitment to Article 5. That's, of course, the statement that an attack against one is an attack against all. At last year's NATO summit, he didn't explicitly reaffirm the United States commitment. He did so in the weeks following, but that really roiled allies here. And he didn't really feel the need to live up to a number of diplomatic protocols, in one instance even shoving aside a prime minister during a photo op. So you're absolutely right. There are jitters about what the president will say, what he will do at this NATO summit, and the timing couldn't be more critical. As you rightfully point out, Francis, it does come days before this meeting with Putin, and the concern is that if the meetings here do not go well, that will give Putin the upper hand and all the leverage heading into those high-stakes talks.
And you talk about high stakes, too, when it comes to the involvement, especially with British Prime Minister Theresa May, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, and especially when you have May, where he's going to visit. It's big enough to watch NATO and the dynamics with the allies in itself. But also, following that, his visit to England with the protests, with the diaper Trump balloon there hanging. So much at stake.
She is giving him an official visit, and it does come as her government is in crisis. And President Trump was asked yesterday before he left whether she should remain in power. He said that's up to the people of Britain. Those were notable comments, and then he went on to praise Boris Johnson, who of course resigned from the government there over the Brexit issue. That was really seen as a swipe at Prime Minister May ahead of this important face-to-face that he's going to have with her. So it'll be interesting to see and to watch their dynamics here at the NATO summit, set to get underway very shortly here, Francis.
Certainly with the world stage, Kristen Walker, thank you very much. Staying on that point, let's turn to MSNBC's Cal Perry, who is following the NATO summit from the European point of view there in London. We mentioned, we've heard all about it, we've seen it getting inflated, and the okay from the mayor there, Cal, of that big old Trump baby, Trump baby balloon. Talk about it there ahead of the visit in itself. This would be big enough just to watch alone when it comes to NATO.
Well, absolutely. Look, you have a number of narratives playing out. One of them, the street level narrative, where you will have thousands, if not tens of thousands, of protesters taking to the streets of London on Friday when President Trump makes his visit here. But then you have, of course, the overriding narrative, the one that you were just speaking about there, which is a number of European leaders very concerned not only about what President Trump could say, but what he could do visually at some of these photo opportunities. We mentioned what he did last year, snubbing the Prime Minister of Montenegro by literally elbowing him out of the way. When you look at the pressure that Prime Minister May is under in this country because of what's happening with Brexit, the pressure that her leadership leadership is under the pressure that her government is under. It makes it all the more clear that if President Trump does snub the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, that could really hurt her position in this country. There are people who are circling her. The sharks are certainly smelling blood in the water and circling the government here. Certainly the opposition is. So when you take a look at this meeting, this NATO meeting, you're going to hear a lot, of course, about the funding that goes into NATO from the president, but you're likely going to hear about Europe swinging to the right and something that he can use as evidence of what he's doing in the United States, Francis.
Talk about the protests, Cal. We know about, I guess at last check, 50,000 people expected there to protest the president's arrival or when he is there in the coming days. And also they're whether they got the okay. And also, I understand Americans are being urged not to be around areas of public gatherings, of large gatherings there in London.
Yeah, so look, the security situation here is becoming a very serious one. Obviously, London has had its share of security incidences. When you talk about 50,000 people saying that they're
Germany, the country with the biggest defense budget in Europe. Well, that's Jens Stoltenberg with some facts and figures. We need to pick through them with our defense and diplomatic correspondent, Jonathan Marcus. Jonathan, just thinking Jens Stoltenberg, they even think there's a problem. Does he have a point? How do the figures actually stack up?
Well, both sides have a point. I think what you heard there from Jens Stoltenberg was, if you want to call it that, the glass half full argument. Yes, the Allies know they need to spend more. Many of them are spending more. And even Germany just seemed, because it's the richest economy in Europe, as being the least willing to increase its budget. It is pledging to spend a lot more too. So over time, the direction of travel is up. He's also right that the Americans in the first period of Donald Trump's tenure have been investing more in European defence, more troops in Europe, more exercises in Europe and so on. The problem is that this is a summit like no other in NATO's history. The reason for that is two words: Donald Trump. Mr. Trump has not just amplified the criticisms of previous American presidents about European defence spending. He's done it in a much more raucous, unpleasant and abrasive tone. But more than that, at times he's really appeared to question the benefit of NATO to the United States itself, and that makes it really unprecedented times. And the fact that he's going on soon after this visit to see Mr. Putin in Moscow has NATO leaders deeply worried. They just fear that, is he making this up as he goes along? What's he going to say to Mr. Putin? Is it going to be a kind of giveaway meeting, like many people interpret his meeting with the North Korean leader a few weeks ago? So huge levels of uncertainty.
How could he reassure them then, if he wanted to?
Well, if he wanted to, I think he could adopt that glass half full approach. He could say, yes, you're lagging behind where you should be, but this target of 2% of GDP, gross domestic product, going on defence by 2024 is still the goal. Some of you will reach it. 4 or 5 countries have already reached it. Many look as though at the moment they will not, and he could put his emphasis and his focus there. But as I say, the problem is the tone, not so much the substance of what Mr. Trump is saying. In some ways, he's quite right. The Europeans are well off. They could spend a great deal more on their own defences. But the difficulty is, as I say, he appears to question the very fundamental validity and usefulness of NATO. And remember, this is a president who's thrown over other multilateral agreements, who doesn't seem to like America being tied down, as he would see it, in these kind of global alliances. It's a very unusual and different situation.
What will Vladimir Putin want? You mentioned Kim Jong-un, and many analysts were saying actually what he wanted was the meeting. The meeting kind of baptized him as a serious sort of major figure, statesman on the world stage. Now, he's got that because he's meeting Donald Trump. Will he want anything else from Donald Trump? Will anything else be offered?
Well, of course, Russia is not as isolated in any sense as North Korea was. Russia, of course, at the moment is on an up. It's got the World Cup, a very successful World Cup, giving a presentation of Russia as a modern, dynamic, effective country. Russia's performance in the Middle East and Syria, certainly by Russian assessments, has been very effective at relatively low cost in terms of lives and equipment. What Mr. Putin wants is to get out from under these sanctions that have been imposed on Russia in the wake of its annexation of Crimea, part of Ukraine. I don't think he's going to get that in a flash from Mr. Trump. I mean, in a sense, it's not Mr. Trump's to give. But I think any sense that he gets from the leader of the United States that it's time to move on, you know, that Ukraine is old business, we need to move on to a new relationship, I think that will be music to his ears. And frankly, all of the uneasiness and unsettledness inside NATO is something that the Russians must be watching with a certain amount of amusement and satisfaction.
Many thanks indeed, Jonathan. Jonathan Marcus, our defence and diplomatic correspondent, looking ahead to that NATO summit and more summits after.
We'll talk about the fine that Facebook is facing in a short while, but we'll have another business story first. The U.S. has ramped up its trade war with China, listing $200 billion worth of additional products that it plans to place tariffs on as early as September. Here in the studio is Philip Hampshire from our business desk. Now, Philip, a few days ago, they both placed $34 billion of tariffs on one another. What's happening now?
Yes, $34 billion worth of tariffs went in place just around last week, in fact. In addition to that, the US has $16 billion worth of tariffs in the pipeline. This latest round of $200 billion worth of tariffs that the US is talking about to be put in around September is, if you like, the next stage of tit for tat. The US has said to China, every time you counter-impose tariffs against us, you're negating what we've done in the first place. We're just going to ratchet it up to the next level, and that's where we are. It's worth bearing in mind the total trade between US and China is around $500 to $550 billion a year in goods. So when you get
Walmart and McDonald's,
$250 billion worth of tariffs, you're taking out a good chunk of most of the goods going back and forth between the two different places. Stock markets have been hit by this latest announcement. Declines coming through in Asia. Declines late last night in S&P 500 futures. Here's Jeffrey Yu. He's the head of investment over at UBS Wealth Management.
Markets, I think, have been surprised at how far DC is pushing this, and Beijing's response has always been one of trying to figure out what the US actually wants at this point. But it is sobering for markets, and let's see what happens in September. There may be ways around this, as in the companies applying for exemptions. We saw some of this with the original tariff round from last Friday as well. But ultimately, if you think about what trade wars do, it's not accelerating the end of an economic cycle, but actually cuts the cycle short to some extent. You can get big supply chain disruptions, and you mentioned components, just now is what could be hit, and that's something that will impact the bottom line for US consumers and households.
That's Jeffrey Yu, the head of investment at UBS Wealth Management.
Thank you so much, Philip. Philip Hampshire from our business desk.
Here in the UK, the social media giant Facebook has been hit with the equivalent of $660,000 in penalty, a fine. It all centres around the Cambridge Analytica scandal. You may remember Cambridge Analytica was a political advice firm which improperly, it was decided, got hold of the personal data of 87 million Facebook users. It was a scandal exposed by the
Williamsburg, and so she comes by regularly and makes sure he has food, takes him to the doctor and to get his hair cut, and takes care of his bills and things like that. He has friends who bring him food. He runs a regular support group at a church. I mean, it's in a church, but it's not associated with the church, for people with mental illness. So he does that once a week, and he does occasional trainings with police, with police and other law enforcement around the state to teach them how to deal with people with mental illness. But it's a very different life than he had before, and a very different life than he had imagined for himself.
And hope someday he'll get a spin back.
He does.
Elisa Roth's book is Insane, America's Criminal Treatment of Mental Illness. We'll talk some more after a short break. This is Fresh Air.
I'm not really gonna wear these wings inside, am I?
We're speaking with journalist Elisa Roth. She has a
Dang it
new
to
book
heck.
about the concentration of mentally ill people in America's prisons and jails. It's called Insane:
What the
America's
heck?
Criminal Treatment of Mental Illness. Do we know how many people held in American jails and prisons have serious mental health issues?
By some counts, as many as half of the people in our jails and prisons have a mental illness. It's complicated because statistics in the criminal justice system are notoriously poor, and how we define mental illness is complicated. So there are certain clear factors that we can say, oh yes, this is a clear indication of, say, schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. But some jails might count PTSD as a mental illness, and others use people who are really underqualified to be diagnosing the disease, and so end up with severe undercounts. But 50% is a good estimate.
You spent a lot of time in the Los Angeles County Jail and have some really vivid descriptions of what you saw. Prisons aren't easy places for reporters to get into. Talk a little bit about getting access and kind of how it happened there.
The Los Angeles County Jail was very welcoming, and really they let me come in multiple times and spend hours and days
Of course I'm afraid of who I am.
Deputies around,
All
talking
right.
to deputies, and it was amazing to be able to have that kind of access. But in many cases, I spent months, even years, trying to get in, and still, in some places, wasn't allowed in at all.
Oh, just do it.
And I
Just
think
do
this
it.
is part of the problem that so many of us have
stop being
no
such a chicken
understanding,
shit.
even though it's our tax dollars that are funding all of this. We have no idea what's going on in these places, even in the general population, let alone what we're doing with people who have mental illness who are in these sort of jails within the jails.
You spent some time in the high observation unit of these towers, the Los Angeles County Jail, for prisoners who can't safely share a cell with other inmates.
Dang it to heck.
What did it look, feel, smell like?
So,
All right, I can do this. I just lost a bet, that's all. All right, here we go. We're going in Walmart with wings on and a strainer on my head. Dang it to heck. For Christ's sakes. I'll even put my wings on right side up for this one. All right. Oh, for Christ's sake. I always feel better in my cart, though. Thanks, Eminem. For entertainment, or this is so dangerous. I was thinking that too, Eminem. Guy in a red coat. Let's go look at TVs. I was looking at a 75-inch TV on Walmart.com. I just made that up. That was going to be my excuse. These are 75-inch TVs. Anyway. Maybe there's a 65-inch TV, I don't know. to get a beige too for the donut. That's a nice beige color. Khaki's gone. Let's try this Rust-Oleum. This looks kind of good though. Yeah, they carded me the last time too. Yeah, we're going to McDonald's after this. I've just seen people that work here. Well, no, when I first came in, I saw it. After this, McDonald's. Thanks, LeVay. Thanks for coming with me, everybody. Hey guys. I do need groceries for lunch. can't remember what she said. Candy sounds pretty good, yeah. Hot dog, she said. That's what she said. Why is it more expensive for 20 than it is for 10? There. Let's get more package. Okay. Time for some chips. Puffs. Doritos. Something sweet now too. Another sweet, let's see. Yeah, okay, here we go. Maybe some pastries. Vanilla wafers. Oh, I'll get them some Oreos instead. They love Oreos. smelling like donuts. I think we're done.
Unexpected item in bagging area. Remove this item before continuing. Unexpected item in bagging area.
I think I need help with the... I'm buying spray paint, so it needs...
Insert cash or select payment type.
There you go.
shopping at Walmart.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I didn't get the buns. Dang it to heck. Dang it. Hot dog buns. Might as well get some candy while I'm here too. Gummy bears. Glad I brought you guys with me.
Please wait. Insert cash or select payment type.
You're welcome, man.
Please take your receipt. Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
Thanks. Have a good one. You too. You guys want to take the cart elevator? Triple quarter pounder? Holy mackerel. That's the best option yet, I think. That wasn't so bad. Now at McDonald's. Oh. Seems like a good spot for it. All right, now, how much time do we have left on the other show? You gotta speak up. You gotta speak up. Walmart is terrible. It really is. The Waltons are terrible people.
Showing up at her apartment. Here's our narrator's take on their relationship. Riva's envy was very self-righteous. Compared to me, she said, she was underprivileged. I looked like a model, had money I hadn't earned, wore real designer clothing. Riva came from Long Island, was an 8 out of 10, but called herself a New York 3. She worshipped me, but she also hated me. I had chosen my solitude and purposelessness, and Riva had, despite her hard work, simply failed to get what she wanted. So when I started sleeping all the time, I think Riva took some satisfaction in watching me crumble into the ineffectual slob she hoped I was becoming. The narrative suspense of my year of rest and relaxation derives from tracking our sleeping beauty's efforts to cure herself of desolation by just sleeping it off with the help of meds supplied to her by a quack psychiatrist. In a bizarre climax, our narrator encases herself in her apartment and embarks on a 6-month marathon slumber, interrupted only by sporadic trips to the fridge and more sleeping pills. Asleep in her cocoon, she's like one of those cling film objects from the art gallery. As engrossing as it is, there's also something undeniably airless and off-putting about this novel. Reading it is like having one of those weird, vivid dreams, a dream that's so self-contained, once you shake off its drowsy spell, you may find it hard to remember what it was all about.
Maureen Carnegie teaches literature at Georgetown University. She reviewed My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Marshfeld. Tomorrow on Fresh Air, my guest will be Rob Schenck, who was an influential leader in the religious right, was a leader of militant anti-abortion protests, handed out 10 Commandments plaques to members of Congress and judges. He'll reflect on those times, and he'll tell us why he parted ways with the religious right. He's written a new memoir called Costly Grace. I hope you'll join us.
Investors, financial institutions, and established companies around the world, where innovation meets the law. And from Viking, dedicated to bringing the traveler closer to the destination, Viking's new custom-built ocean fleet offers a small ship experience with all veranda staterooms and shore excursions in every port. VikingCruises.com.
I'm Giselle Grayson, a producer at NPR. When journalists cover Haiti or Japan or Libya, they may go in a small team, but back home, a hive of people is focused on helping them. For every one voice on the radio, picture a logistics person scrambling to get the equipment ready, a producer booking them on the first flight in, an editor calling for a translator, many people dedicated to getting the story right. This is NPR.
What does it mean to be a man? There are lots of mixed messages around. The Me Too movement conversations with men. Anna Sale, the list of death, sex, and money, shares some of those stories next time on One End. This morning at 10 East, 7 West on NPR Now.
Journey through nearly 4 decades of U2, rarities, live tracks, and story behind the classics. Stu's release into just how attempts to make the secret plus U2 at Harlem's world famous Apollo Theater. Catch encores of this exclusive subscriber-only concert all month long on the U2 Experience. Sirius XM 30 or streaming on your phone and connected devices and speakers.
San Francisco, I'm Michael Krasny. Coming up on Forum, we'll examine President Trump's nominee for the U.S. Supreme Court, announced last night. Federal Appeals Court Judge Brett M. Kavanaugh is 53 years old and a social conservative with deep links to the GOP establishment.
Judge Kavanaugh has impeccable credentials, unsurpassed qualifications, and a proven commitment to equal justice under the law.
His confirmation would cement the fundamental rightward redirection of the High Court, and Democrats say they will fight it. Here's California Senator Kamala Harris this morning.
The decisions that one person makes on that court can have ramifications for the future of our country.
That's next, right after this.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Shea Stevens. President Trump is pressing NATO allies to increase their defense budgets. Trump is in Brussels for the annual summit of the military alliance. At a breakfast meeting with NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, a short time ago, Trump said the current system unfairly burdens American taxpayers.
Commitments have been made for over $40 billion more money spent by other countries. So that's a step, but it's a very small step. It sounds like a lot of money, and it is. But it's a very small amount of money relative to what they owe and to what they should be paying.
Trump also said that Germany should not be spending billions of dollars a year for access to a pipeline from Russia while underpaying its share for NATO defense. Stoltenberg said Trump and other NATO allies are not in agreement on the German-Russia pipeline issue, but that they do agree that a strong military alliance is good for the U.S. and Europe. The Trump administration is preparing another round of tariffs, this time on $200 billion worth of Chinese imports. A list published by the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative shows 10% of tariffs could be imposed on items ranging from burglar alarms to mackerel. The office will hear public comments on the proposal. The move comes days after the U.S. imposed 25% tariffs on $34 billion worth of Chinese goods. Beijing immediately responded in kind. President Trump is applauding pharmaceutical giant Pfizer one day after pressuring the company over its price hikes. As NPR's Giles Snyder reports, Pfizer has reversed course on the increases.
Pfizer issued a statement after the president announced on Twitter that the company has decided to roll back the price increases that went into effect at the beginning of the month. President Trump says he and Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar talked with Pfizer Chairman and CEO Ian Reed. The company confirmed the conversation, calling it extensive, and says it will return prices on dozens of Pfizer drugs to where they were before July 1st as soon as technically possible. The company says they will remain there until the end of the year or when the president's blueprint for lowering prices goes into effect, whichever comes first. President Trump unveiled the blueprint in May. Pfizer says its decision is aimed at giving him the opportunity to work on it. Giles Snyder, NPR News, Washington.
An explosion rocked the Madison, Wisconsin suburb of Sun Prairie last night, resulting in some injuries, but the extent is unclear. The blast prompted the evacuation of the downtown area and communities within half a mile of the blast. It also caused a fire that Police Lieutenant Kevin Kalapaki says is still burning.
Can I tell you exactly what buildings are still on fire right now? I just know that the firefighters are out there actively fighting them and getting them, hopefully getting them put out soon.
Kalapaki says that 2 buildings were severely damaged by the blast, which occurred after a construction crew severed a natural gas main. You're listening to NPR News. The Dean of Temple University's business school has been forced out over falsified data submitted to rankings organizations details about its online master's program. The Fox School of Business reported in January that it had submitted inaccurate data to U.S. News.
Good night, Audra.
The notification prompted U.S. News to remove the school's #1 online
We're at
MBA
McDonald's
program
now.
ranking. A cruise ship company is offering berths on what would be the first commercial circumpolar navigation of the entire Arctic. Silversea Expeditions has announced a 55-day trip next summer, stopping in all 5 Arctic coastal nations. Elizabeth Arnold has that story from Anchorage.
There are already waiting lists for the most expensive cabins on a cruise advertised as a chance to become the polar pioneer you've always dreamt of.
Yeah, I've got to pause
tourist
this for a
trip might
second.
be a bit more comfortable than previous expeditions. Elizabeth Arnold.
Hey, so I have to download this app. I have to get the coupon. Sorry. I should have prepared for this when I...
Lounges will start serving drinks with straw and wood stirs.
Thank you, Audra. I love
And
you.
replace them with ones made from bamboo by November. I'm Shay Stevens, NPR News in Washington.
It's almost installed. It's almost installed. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Hey, it's Deja. Hang on. Okay, I got the coupon.
Of religious freedom, Judge Kavanaugh will, if confirmed, replace retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy. Kavanaugh served under former independent counsel Kenneth Starr and co-authored the report that led to President Clinton's impeachment. He represented George W. Bush in the Florida recount following the
Welcome to McDonald's, accepting only cash.
Only cash?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see if I have cash. Okay, yeah, I do. All right, could I have a quarter pounder, please?
You want the sandwich or the meal?
The sandwich?
Anything else?
Could you take off the ketchup and mustard and add mac sauce?
You want ketchup and mustard and you want mac sauce, right?
Correct, yep.
Anything else?
Could I also get a McChicken
Yes, sir.
and a large Coke?
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, for you, so you need to pick that one window. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna have to turn you guys off for a second while you guys have the coupon here.
At least from the right first.
Well, I'll be interested in Doug's take on this, but my sense is that any dissent about Judge Kavanaugh among conservatives is going to quickly fade away. He is a very conservative judge. He has a conservative record on abortion in the Garza case you were referencing. And the fact that he hasn't gone out of his way to, make a big speech about overturning Roe versus Wade unnecessarily in terms of reaching a decision in Garza, that's a point in his favor. It means he seems more bound by the law, slightly more cautious, and it also means that he doesn't have a huge target on his back for the two pro-choice Republican senators, Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins. So really, conservatives should be glad that Kavanaugh was slightly circumspect in how he worded his dissent in that abortion opinion, which in the end he did say he did not think this undocumented immigrant teenager in government custody had a right for the government to allow her to get an abortion.
There seems to be, though, let me go to Professor Kamek on this, there seems to be a great deal of concern. In fact, earlier this morning, I don't want to get necessarily totally caught up in the question of Roe versus Wade, but it certainly is one big one looming over this nomination, along with the nominee's consideration of health care. And he's said to be, I want to hear from you on this also, from both of you, but Dr. Mack, let's first pursue the idea that he would be opposed to Roe versus Wade, or would try to maybe even overturn it.
$1 for any sandwich.
Have you hear Senator Kamala Harris this morning on the nomination apropos of this?
If you are a young woman in America, or you care about a young woman in America, pay attention because it will forever change your life.
Professor Quebec, let me hear from you.
Well, I think this is
I do.
complex question than Senator Harris lets it be described as.
Oh.
It's not a question of for Roe or against Roe.
I have the app. I have an app. They have coupons all the time.
Much of a trail here to follow with regard to Judge Kavanaugh, but what we
Download the app, sir.
Suggests that he's not going to be
You save a lot of money, actually.
expanding the right to an abortion or greatly sensitive to regulations that might limit that right.
A common coupon is $3 off $10 or more.
Quite frankly, the president chose Judge Kavanaugh because I think he was convinced it was the easiest of the confirmations. He had all of the right credentials from the Federalist Society. He had gone to Yale, and he had clerked for people that were popular at the time, including Justice Kennedy. But in point of fact, if the president really wanted to appeal to his political base, if he really wanted to take up the issue of social conservatism, the role of the family as opposed to the role of the market, he would have chosen someone like Amy Coney Barrett at Notre Dame and judge on the Seventh Circuit than Brett Kavanaugh. Brett Kavanaugh basically represents the fact that when Donald Trump came up to the line on this question, he blinked and he walked away from the bigger challenge.
You mentioned that you thought, and this is something that we heard right up to the nomination, that this would be an easier, in many ways quicker, in fact, nomination for the Senate to confirm. But there are some who are speculating that there's such a long paper trail, so much of a record of opinions from this nominee, that there could be, in effect, a constant kind of stonewalling, going over every single detail until November, the midterm elections.
Well, I certainly think that's possible. I think the biggest stumbling block is not in Judge Kavanaugh's record, at least so far as it has been disclosed. I think it's the unknown of Robert.
There's only one person ahead of me, too.
He's going to release his report. If he releases his report in the middle of this Kavanaugh discussion, I suspect, and the report is not favorable to the president, I suspect that changes the dynamic entirely, and that's really the bigger thing to watch.
Well, let me go to that. I did want to get to healthcare because there seems to be a perception, certainly from Democratic senators, that this is a candidate who is opposed to affordable healthcare or to universal healthcare. But let me first go to this with you, Emily Bazelon, and I want to find out your thoughts about what we can determine about
Thanks,
Judge
Eminem.
Kavanaugh's attitude toward impeachment.
Come on.
He did serve on the impeachment committee and actually wrote the opinion with President Clinton. In fact, he goes back to a whole relationship with the Clintons that's going to come under scrutiny, no doubt, by the Democrats. It was in the Whitewater investigation even, and the investigation of Vince Foster. Let me go to your opinion on how he might rule, because he's supposed to be, at this point, pretty easy when it comes to the powers of the executive. That is, he believes in the powers of the executive, supposedly.
Right. Well, so when Kavanaugh was a lawyer, he worked on the Starr investigation. He helped write part of the report that Ken Starr filed that was highly critical of Bill Clinton. And then later, in 2009, and I should say that this had become the standard conservative position by now, Judge Kavanaugh said
I think they're giving birth to the cow, raising it, and then slaughtering it, and then grinding the meat.
Now that's separate from impeachment, right? Impeachment is a political
before they finally cook it.
It's in the Constitution.
Goodbye, love AA. Thanks for being here tonight.
But I think the notion that Kavanaugh had doubts about all the distraction that
Thanks
come
for
along
joining me.
with the big investigation of the president and the idea of criminal charges hanging over the president's head, in light of the Mueller investigation, that would...
Colin, you have a reputation for being...
That's ridiculous. They won't give me the...
So I'm going to ask you this question just directly. When it comes down to what progressives and liberals see
Their
as
computers are down, so they
them,
can't give me the
especially with
price.
respect to things
They won't
like
give me. They won't
gun
use the
regulation
coupon.
or any kind of regulations for that matter, as well as healthcare. He's on the wrong side.
Well, I think it's important when you assess judicial candidates that you recognize that there's a difference between political conservatism and judicial conservatism. There's no question but that Judge Kavanaugh is going to be presented to the American public, presented to the Senate Judiciary Committee as a judicial conservative, someone who is going to look at statutes through a very skeptical of giving deference to the administrative part of the government of the United States. You know, in the agencies who are the experts who study matters most closely. Judge Kavanaugh is more of the mind that they should get less deference. And what does that mean? It means that he, as justice, and his fellow judges will have more deference, will have more authority and more discretion.
Hey, you too,
so
thanks.
that, yes, on one level you can say Judge Kavanaugh stands for the proposition that judges ought not to be making policy. But on a closer examination, when you look at this issue of whether or not you should defer to the administrative state and the experts within it, Judge Kavanaugh goes the other way. On matters of health care, I think it is equally complex. Judge Kavanaugh was criticized by his conservative colleagues for using a rationale to strike down the Affordable Care Act that was basically a weak rationale, and not the one that was ultimately adopted by Chief Justice Roberts. What did that mean? That means that Judge Kavanaugh actually left the Affordable Care Act, or what's left of it, with more life in it than Judge Roberts did. Well, this is important because right this moment there is a lawsuit pending in the federal courts coming out of Texas, where 20 states have basically challenged the remaining parts of the Affordable Care Act. Their argument is basically that the Supreme Court took so much of the structure away before, and we should just use our last little bit of authority and knock the rest of it down. Well, if you knock the rest of it down, then what happens? Well, then the protection for people with pre-existing conditions vaporizes. So, to some degree, Judge Kavanaugh, by picking the weaker basis upon which to invalidate the Affordable Care Act, left that act in greater health, no pun intended, than his other conservative friends would have done. And that means politically, if the president and his supporters are really going to go after the protection of pre-existing conditions, that they will have under Judge Kavanaugh's rationale, a tougher time of removing that benefit.
Let me go to Emily Bazelon on this. The picture that we're getting from Doug Knecht, I think, is one.
I changed the order when they didn't have the coupons.
Distinction between the political and the judicial. In other words, there's a lot of complexity to this, and yet the confirmation is going to be opposed basically on his being against regulations, including environmental regulations, against workers' rights, against affordable health care, all of these things, and in favor of striking down Roe versus Wade. How much is this going to flow against same-sex marriage even, or anti-consumers? There's a whole picture already appearing here, kind of gestalt, isn't there?
Yes, I don't actually think it's terribly complex. I think it's increasingly partisan. For the first time, we have a court in which Republican appointees vote in a conservative direction and Democrat appointees vote in a liberal direction, and there is much less crossover than there's been in the past. Kavanaugh is going to continue and really solidify that pattern. And so I think there's a question of how much we can keep claiming that, there are these neutral principles of law that are really determining Supreme Court outcomes, not in run-of-the-mill cases, but in the hotly contested cases that we're talking about now, right? There are plenty of cases the Supreme Court takes and they decide they're 9-0 or 8-1, and they're reading a statute and there isn't an ideological divide, and that looks like something called law that is different from politics. But once you start talking about, whether Obamacare is constitutional, based on whatever theory, whether abortion is constitutional, where the right to marriage equality came from and how strong it is, these are questions that cannot simply be, there is no predetermined outcome. We have a constitution that
like due process and equal rights, and it is up to the justices to decide what those words mean. And Kavanaugh is going to, by all signs, line up on the conservative, much more narrow, restricted view of rights on that side of the spectrum.
If you say there's nothing in the Constitution about abortion, though, wouldn't you be able to say there's nothing in the Constitution about corporations being individuals under Citizens United?
Yes, you could say that corporations are not people is also not spelled out in the Constitution, nor is the notion that money is speech, which has been instrumental to striking down campaign finance regulations. I don't think that, this sort of claim of originalist interpretation really holds up in a consistent way for conservatives. But they will turn to it, and Kavanaugh will be part of turning to it when there are these deeply contested outcomes at stake in certain cases. I just want to add one more thing about abortion, which is that focusing on actually overturning Roe versus Wade, I think, is a mistake. Conservative judges and justices can have a great deal of impact in taking away access to abortion while leaving Roe on the books. All you have to do is go back to the case out of Texas from a couple of years ago, where Texas was succeeding in closing most of the clinics in the state by strangling them in regulation. That case comes out differently. We could end up effectively with no access to abortion in many red states.
Well, in fact, Jeffrey Tubman said 22 states and counting, and the reality is that this has been chipping away, as Roe's been chipping away at state level for quite some time now. But I want to bring someone else into this discussion. Is Jonathan Keller, who is Chief Executive Officer of the California Family Council. Jonathan Keller, welcome. Glad to have you with us. Yeah. Glad to have you. How do you see this playing out in terms of the Kavanaugh nomination with respect to, well, we'll call the rights of...
How much time do we have left?
Some people who are firmly religious beliefs.
We're going to make it. It's going to be close. Well, not too close, hopefully. Oh yeah, okay. Well, good timing, really. We have a nice, good ending.
Now Chief Justice John Roberts, I think he's going to call the strength. I don't think he's going to put his thumb on the scale for any particular religious view or particular religious interpretation.
Jonathan Keller, thank you for joining us. Again, Jonathan Keller is the CEO of the California Family Council. Emily Basil, going to get you to respond to what you heard from Jonathan Keller.
I think as predicted, Kavanaugh looks really good to social conservatives, like slightly second best to Amy Coney Barrett, but, there are these differences between these folks in terms of how they're going to vote are small, and Kavanaugh has a big intellect, which could make him influential. I also want to say this phrase of judges calling balls and strikes for being umpires, it's just completely meaningless. Has zero actual significance. Of course we want all judges to be fair-minded, but in cases in which there are big social questions at stake, judges are going to make decisions that are going to impact people's lives, and they bring to those decisions their prior beliefs and experiences in history, and that experiences how they turn out, what they end up saying.
Emily Basil, I'm going to have to say goodbye to you, but I want to get your final thoughts about something else that's been raised with this nomination, and that is that with this nominee, we see a judge who has not only had judicial experience with the political establishment, but also experience in the political establishment, was in the Bush White House, in fact, and is close to the Bush family, and had a great deal of praise, extravagant praise from former President Bush. This is the Republican establishment. This is supposedly something that politically President Trump is opposed to it.
Well, rhetorically, President Trump is opposed to it, but we haven't really seen any evidence of that, right? So, yes, Brett Kavanaugh is a D.C. insider. Trump said early on that he preferred to choose someone from either Harvard or Yale. That's a narrow pool of people that, in a lot of ways dovetails with the establishment. So, there's a perpetuation of privilege and of power that's happening here, yes.
Emily Bazelon, I thank you for joining us. And again, Emily Bazelon is staff writer.
We're home.
Co-host of the Slate podcast.
All right.
Fellow at law school. And we're coming up on the break here, but we got a quick word from you on this, Dr. Mack. I mean, especially political establishment and calling balls and strikes.
Well, as one wag once said, a ball or a strike, they aren't nothing until I call them. And I think that's...
Hey. We're home. Good night, old friends and new.
Good night, old friends.
Woo. Hello. Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist. By Mouth Daily. Show number 609. We made home just in time. All right. Where's my lighter? Dang it. Oh, for Christ's sake. All right, go gadget. Mini fireplace. All right. People often wonder what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the book of face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. After 609 pills, 609 shows, the number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The bells, bows, and other people. The people that come back night after night and give me the most valuable resource, their time. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show, the community. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. But a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell, boy do she now hell. I mean, heck, this show has it all. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment with Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcasts on record and cylinders played on the 19th century Edison home phonograph along with the nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also The Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harness the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them through a series of warp nacelles, creating a static warp bubble at a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse, and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber, created by me that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Yeah, so the show is also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a dash of Mr. Ed, and 2 doses of Alice in Wonderland, a helping of Hee-Haw, heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, tincture of Teen Wolf, an ounce of Oz, a cup of Creep Show and Cast Away, a quart of Quantum Leap, and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. It's a 4-hour show and a 4-hour tour. piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, a pinch of Peter Pan, and a pound of Popeye. I am what I am, a whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and a ration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Come up to the lab, see what's on the slab. I can see you shiver with anticipation. Touch me, I wanna be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fill me. A creature of the night. An undone Benjamin Button, a corny ear of Dumbo, a college try of I Spy, a couple of raw strokes of Bob Ross, a spoonful of Mary Poppins, and a full Monty Python. Finally lump in Rick and Morty with a liter of I Love Lucy in the sky with diamonds, and wham bam, thank you ma'am. You've got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. Alice will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for Harai 5's the first. On the second coming will always be risen with the Obamas getting blowjobs from the Woodies. The Superman and their boners will always be spinsters and seamstresses working the sweatshop. The twin towers will always stand with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign like men did in the days of old. I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now and time immemorial. If I had people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP. Pre-exposure protocol. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load. It makes it so I'm not contagious. You equals you. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV for me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love. Woo! All right, pill number 609 down the hatch. All right, we are robots. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. No, we just gotta turn the brightness down. All right. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. All right. Now we turn down the lights. Woo, woo, woo. Now we hang the moon. Thank you all for being here. This has been Jason is a social scientist. By Mouth Daily, pill number 609. Alright, this is the house that Jack built. This is the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the maiden all forlorn that milked the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the man all tattered and torn that kissed the maiden all forlorn that milked the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is a priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow, that crumbled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the moth, that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cock that crowed in the morn, that woke the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow, that crumbled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the moth, that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the farmer that sowed the corn, that fed the cock, that crowed in the morn, that woke the priest, all shaven and torn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow, that crumbled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the moth, that lay in the house that Jack built. Oh, I love you all so much. Come back tomorrow. I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about. And so will I. All right, well, if you want to come down to this one, we're finishing up here soon. This one's got a little bit longer left. We'll smoke a joint at 4:20. I don't know, we'll have a little bit more fun. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thanks for going to the store with me. Thanks for painting. Thanks for everything. I love you all. Good night, good night, good night, good night. I love you. Take this down. All right. Good night. I love you. I love you. Good night, everyone. I love you. Good night. You can stick around for just a little longer. They've got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I love you. Good night. All right. I don't have any choice. Facebook ends it. Facebook videos are 4 hours long. Alright, now I'm saving that to the iPad for future upload to YouTube. Correct. Oh, the comments stayed active in here tonight. Usually these die out, but I've been capping at about 600-700. Now there's almost 1,000. Just on that one tonight. Now, in the nick of time, indeed. All right, let's see. Oh. Go Gadget Echo Chamber. Oh, nice. They put mac onions on here too this time. Oh, nice. They put mac onions on here too this time. What movie? Oh, that's much better too. Oh, that's much better too. Oh. Oh, Kimberly, I'm sorry. It only happens on your end though. We don't see it, Sue. We just see it once. It only happens on your end though. We don't see it, Sue. We just see it once. Sounds good, Kimberly. Hey, Rissa Roo. Oh, that really hit the spot. Gary Cartelli, Bill Nelson, you've been in here before. A few nights ago I saw you here, right? Bill Nelson, you've been in here before. Oh, you're kind. Thank you. Let's go get the stuff out of the car. Let's go get the stuff out of the car. Still got a little ways yet before 420. What does that mean? Yep, that's where we're heading, Eminem. Read my mind. Let's take on the donut too. How's donut number 3 doing? Tried logging out of Facebook and logging back in. It's not as good as banana tree. Not as good as banana tree. You tried logging out of Facebook? Oh, that sucks. That doesn't work. I don't have a lot of solutions. You tried logging out of Facebook? Oh, that sucks. That doesn't work. I don't have a lot of solutions. Yeah, do you want any of this Coke? Yeah? Yeah, do you want any of this Coke? Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna pee off the deck. better. They're always sitting on the toilet, so. And the kids are sleeping in the other room. I don't want to wake them up, so. They're always sitting on the toilet, so. And the kids are sleeping in the other room. I don't want to wake them up. Literally, wee! Okay, I think this is no, this can. I'll be put away here. All right. All right. Now it's that's saved to the iPad now. Now I can hit post. That's saved to the iPad now. Now I can hit Tuber U, record. Oops. 609. Upload. All right, all right. There. Now. Whee! Now. Might as well get this load of dishes in here quick. Happy 420, everybody. All right. It's this. A happy 420 is smoking a big fat joint. Stephanie, how's your supervising work going? Stephanie, how's your supervising work going? All right, you finished work, nice. Mm-hmm. Right, finished work, nice. Oh, thank you. Bet you say that to all the boys at M&M. That's the way to do it. You can do what you can do. Nice. Oh, I love to be smoking with you, Becky. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Nice. Oh, I love to be smoking with you, Becky. Communion. Communion. Philip needs a smoke. Alright, have a hit, Philip. Philip needs a smoke. Alright, have a hit, Philip. Hey there. Any friend of Kyle's is a friend of mine. Hello there, sir. Hey there. Or ma'am. Any friend of Kyle's is a friend of mine. Hello there, sir. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I'm fairly well. Dan Walker, how are you? Cheers to you, Philip. Dan Walker, how are you? Oh man, I'm happy to share. Ah, Philip's your friend, nice. Philip, your friend Kyle works too much. He's always working. Dang it, Jack. Oh, I'm glad Dan's doing well. All right, big hugs. Oh. Becky's also in the UK. Becky's also in the UK. Where's Krabby? That sounds fun, no? Company trips are fun. Where's Krabby? I know. You're always on your way to work or something, too. April, I think we're all fancy and fine, just the way we are. Dang it, dang it. April, I think we're all fancy and fine, just the way we are. Dang it, dang it. I can find beauty in any person. Beauty is what I nickname my cock. I can find beauty in any person. Beauty is what I nickname my cock. I can find beauty in any person. Dang it, the heck. All right. I don't know what a BBW is. Yahoo! Dang it. Communion. No one laughed at my joke. You can find beauty in any in every person. No one laughed at my joke. Oh, what would happen? What would happen if you did, Stephanie? You might offend my delicate sensibilities. Oh, what would happen? What would happen if you did, Stephanie? You might offend my delicate sensibilities. I know, right? Well, I feel, now that they're all saved, I feel really bad about that Navy SEAL. He gave his life, though. Now that they're all saved, I feel really bad about that Navy SEAL. He gave his life, though. Oh, that's fun, Stephanie. Where'd you pick that up? Thanks, Kyle. Oh, that's fun, Stephanie. Where'd you pick that up? Thanks, Kyle. Communion. Communion. Boy, all these double lives, I don't even get to use my phone during the day anymore. I'm either always uploading a show, making sure it's charged for later, for the next show that I'm going to do, or date the heck. 20 minutes left. And then when I have a shower show during the day, it's just so much. Dang it, the heck, like, I think I'm alive more than I'm not. I'm live more than I'm not. Not quite, but live a lot though. Dang it, the heck. Not quite, but live a lot though. Dang it, the heck. Oh, thanks, Alex. It's just crazy, right? To like have so many hours a day observed. It's just crazy, right? To like have so many hours a day observed. No, I didn't, Stephanie. No. No, I didn't, Stephanie. No. Yay for men. All right. Yay for men. All right. All right. We're filled up here. Oh, that sounds fun, Kyle. That's cool. How much does it cost to rent an electric bike for a day? Alright, go gadget dishwasher. I love you too, April. Go gadget dishwasher. Dang it, dang it, dang it. You can turn off this fire. Turn off this fire. €1 for 35 minutes on a bike. €1 for 35 minutes. Yeah, the bikes. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Oh sure, I'm a night owl. I sleep during the day a lot. Oh sure, I'm a night owl. I sleep during the day a lot. I usually get a good little nap in after the show is over. Usually get a good little nap in. And then after the show is over, when the kids get up, I usually have something I'm supposed to do. Feed them or drive them someplace, get them somewhere where they're supposed to go, or that kind of thing. Drive them someplace, get them somewhere where they're supposed to go. Good morning, Michael. into the drain. Hey, we've been watching. Did you see the movie It or something? Georgie. Wow. Thank you, April. There is an association between high IQ and night owls. It's a, I don't know. I think it. There is an association between. It has something to do with the ability to adapt. Like in other cultures, like primitive cultures, there is no word for night owl, right? It's all. There weren't people that just stayed awake all night long. There wasn't enough people that there was a word for it. And I think before the advent of the electric light, there weren't people that stayed awake all night long. There wasn't enough people that. And before there was a large collection of people to support. Oh, whatever. I don't even. Collection of people to support. $99 red balloons. Dang it to heck. What time does this show end? Let's see. We're just 10 minutes left. 99 red balloons. Bye, Sue. I'm sorry. HS high school. Junior high was worse for me than high school. I didn't mind high school so much. HS high school. Junior high was worse for me than high school. I didn't mind high school. I was thinking, I'm just gonna go paint these paper plates white and see how that affects the painting process. I think a nice waterproof coating will be just the ticket. I think too much of the paint is absorbing. So I bought some light while we were at the store today. And we'll just quick paint these up and see how that affects. I think that'll really make the colors pop, and the colors also not just pop but swirl too. Yep, just that's what I got too. 5 minutes. I think that'll really make the colors pop. Yeah. gonna miss all of you.
How are you?